Morning, Phil,
Morning.
and welcome to the next part of the video training series.
Yeah. Looking forward to it.
Excellent. Well, so are you trying to prick your brains? Tell you. So this month's topic is list building. Now, as everyone who's watching this will have heard, you can't be on Twitter or on the internet without hearing the value is in the list.
Yeah.
So I think the first thing is, can you just explain a bit what that means?
Yeah. So, in the 5 odd years of doing this, it's always amazed me how many business owners I've talked to, who when you ask them have they got a list, and some will say yes, and some say no.
Mm-hmm.
So that's quite surprising in itself. But even the ones that say yes, rarely have a regular plan to talk to their list.
So just to clarify for people watching this, it's a list of what?
So list of customers, list of buyers.
Okay.
Again, that was a point that's worth just covering off. People get excited by building a list of inquirers, but really there's no value in that. And certainly, if you've ever sold a business, you'll know that there's no value in a list of inquirers. The value is added when you've got a proven list of buyers within your business,
Right.
and obviously then if they can be migrated to multiple time buyers, then people that will value businesses will hold those in much greater value than those that just have a list of inquirers, which quite often is people go networking, collect every card under the sun, and just have those as their database, and that's not really true. That can be a list of people that you might like to market to, but when it comes to actually having what I would define as your list, then that needs to be a list of buyers.
Okay, so that's clear. And just to emphasise one of the points you said there, as I understand it, that these days, because we have virtual businesses, so we might have no employees, we've got contractors, maybe we don't have offices or any of that sort of capital assets, that the business can be large, the value of the business can largely be determined by the list.
Yeah, absolutely. There's quite a few examples even recently of companies that have sold, and a big percentage of the value is in the 10, 20, 30, 80,000 people that might be on a list, depending on the size of the business, obviously. But the value of people that are on the list and multiple buyers, and being able to prove that those people have bought from you once or twice or at a set frequency, the value of the products that they've bought, the products that you sell that they haven't bought yet, and obviously analysing that then to see natural progression of customers. So they might come in at an entry-level product, or even even just a very small transaction level. But then, how quickly can you migrate them through your business, and getting them to grow up to buy ever increasing levels at ever increasing levels of price, or how can you get them subscribed to some sort of a membership reoccurring payment system?
Okay, right. Well, I'm sure we've whetted everybody's appetite to build a list, particularly if it largely determines the value of the new type of business. So I appreciate we're going to go into detail over the next couple of weeks. What I'd like to do here is just give us sort of an overview of how do you build the list. What's some of the ways that you build up what is presumably quite a valuable asset? Yeah,
so let's go right back to the start. I said I talk to companies, and it's amazing how many people either sort of A, say I've got no list at all, or B, have a list but then it's of sort of poor quality. So the first stage really is everybody's going to have a list of contacts or a list of inquirers. So you're going to have your list of inquirers. You want to structure your business in a way and with a suitable product lineup that you can encourage those inquirers to make the first commitment to your business. So it'll be no surprise to anybody watching these that they can see that we have some e-commerce within our e-commerce toolkit. We have workbooks and what have you that sell for a range of prices. So this is a perfect example of sort of practicing what we preach.
Right.
So there's a website isn't for everybody straight away, and whilst we do have clients that come in and take that from us straight away, normally that's after a few discussions. More often than not, people are going to engage with a lower level product first, and then you've got the transaction, then you've got the commitment from them, and as long as you've delivered brilliant value all the way through the process, then they'll keep coming back and buying more products at the same price point or slightly more.
Right, okay, so that's, in my mind, that's sort of midway, because as you were saying earlier, quite often the first transaction is a free book, is some added value product.
Exactly, so that's when you might have your list of inquirers, or you might be starting to migrate them from inquirers to registering some level of interest. We don't really put them on the buyer list, obviously, just to clarify, until there has been a financial transaction.
Right, okay, I've got that. So what are the sort of mechanics, just to give people an idea of building that list? Do you need to do it all manually?
No. So automated is always best.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be campaigns to capture people from your website. So every website needs an active data capture technique and a strategy that's built into the business to do exactly that. And that's not just a contact form on the website. What I'm meaning by that is an active form, maybe a pop-up message that appears, something that appears before you close the site, something that's always on the right hand side. It might be something that's encouraging them to leave details in return for a free report or a free assessment, or whatever, some level of service that the company can offer to get some level of engagement. So that then gets them on the inquirer list, if you like, and then from there on, once they're in the inquirer list, you roll out a sort of a constant contact marketing piece, just as we do with these, that then migrates people from the I've registered an interest inquirer list to this sounds interesting, let's make a low level transaction. But the single biggest mistake that most companies that we see for the first time tend to fall foul of is they will they may know their website stats, but there's a really good chance that out of the 100, however many, 500, 1,000, 3,000 visitors that they get to their website per month, they aren't capturing anybody's details.
Right.
And I know that it sounds obvious when you say it like that, but the number of businesses that we come across, that we approach for the first time, they have the contact us form, which very rarely gets filled in because there's nothing in it. Unless there's nothing really in it for the customer, and it's a big step if they think they're going to give their email address away and what have you. So contact us forms are required on a website, but they're not the data capture technique that we would consider as an active tool. You want something in there that draws people in. Might be a discount code, might be a voucher of buying something. So you can link the two together. You can link the data capture with encouraging them to make their first purchase. So for one of the companies that we're involved with now, we're doing exactly that right now. There's a voucher code to encourage people to turn into an inquirer, and then obviously with that voucher code, that in this instance gives them £20 off whatever they purchase, then that turns them into a low level purchase buyer. Really all within one activity as far as the company is concerned, and then that's all completely automated, so there's no manual intervention or loading people into a list or whatever. It's all completely automated, and then the systems we use from there on can be also automated to contact them on a set frequency and introduce them to other products.
Okay, that sounds great. That sounds a great overview. So to sum up, it's important to build a list because that determines a lot of the value of your business.
Yeah, absolutely.
Both from an income stream and a capital point of view. We need to start building a buyer's list.
Yeah.
And in front of that, we have an inquirers list, and we kick the ball off, if you like, by offering something of value in exchange for collecting their details, then we're more in control of the pipeline, as we would have called it conventionally.
Absolutely, yeah, and that value product has got to be genuine good value, because if you look at, as soon as you understand, and this is nothing new, but as soon as you can understand the customer life cycle value of your business, then actually you'll realise that you can afford to give away either quite a lot of valuable information, or a certain amount of discount code. You can afford to give that away up front, because long term people within your business will be worth many multiples of that value that you're prepared to give away, and then it becomes attractive to engage with your business, and you'll be off.
Great stuff. Okay, right, well, thanks for that. That's a great overview. I'm sure we'll be going into a lot more detail over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah,
Okay.
brilliant. Thanks very much.